Welcome back. I'm talks too much because I can't really see too much. You can find me at TOX_2much. We're here. We're powered by the LA School of Comedy. We are the #1 podcast coming out of the LA School of Comedy. If you want to run your own podcast and you need a creative space, look us up on Google or any other, whatever your format is. We're right off of Santa Monica. In the booth is Kenny, working the ones and twos. I think he also has headphones on, but he was picking his nose earlier. Today, I have an amazing fucking guest. I've done a couple shows with this guy. He's absolutely amazing. His roster goes for like, oof. It took me a while just to like to try to research and do a couple things on this guy. He's a skateboarder, an archaeologist, and he also runs a guerrilla radio show. Was it production, right?
It's a comedy show.
Yeah, it's a comedy show. Not only that, but he also had a recent documentary put out. It is called On the Backs of Our Descendant?
Close. On the backs of our ancestors.
On the backs of our ancestors. I apologize. You can look it up on YouTube right now. It's got 1.2 million views or 1,000 views, wherever. Let's get that fucking number up, dude. Let's get that fucking number up. It was absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
It was very incredible. So much work put into it. I had no idea that a lot of, natives are buried out in the OC where it's just like California. Perfect song, by the way.
Yeah.
To basically, the ha-ha. Holy shit.
Yeah, man.
My guest, Todd Perry. Woo.
It's good. Yeah, dude. Everywhere. You want to talk about archaeology, then that's going to go way too fucking long. But for God's sakes, the short answer is every fucking place is a burial ground because there were millions of people here. And then the white people came over and they erased it.
Yeah.
And so, the fact that people don't know is insane.
Absolutely insane. And then when I found out, though, I mean, you guys definitely need to check it out for yourselves. But like, I just want to touch base on some of the things that we thought were absolutely wow.
Hell yeah! Did you watch that shit, Kenny?
Yeah, I was watching it with him right now too. It's crazy to me that. Like, I understood that they made our people out seem like savages. Like, the Americas is a huge place, and you know what? Like, every war, there's been always drugs, women, and land that people seek after. But just the way that the natives did treat the land, like, I experienced little parts of it, I want to say, from my mom, because my mom had that belief system from my grandma. And my grandma, when she would see, fog, when she would see fog out at night, she was like, or in the morning, she's like, it's gonna be really hot in the morning, and I'm like, how dumb, that doesn't make any sense. But then sure as shit, it was hot as hell. And then the relationship that my family's had with the earth too, like we have a lot of plants, or they do. I don't anymore. Like I've been struggling with my connection to the earth again, but I'll get back. But I did find that really interesting, and I did have questions about if they like you not only the traditions, the oral history, like what was that like for you to be able to receive that from them? Because I've never been able to experience having like the oral history of like native told to me.
I didn't receive the oral history. No. I find history in the ground. So.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
an archaeologist. Yeah.
Okay.
My mother is a part of rediscovering a language that was lost. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be a question for her. She found, her and a bunch of other native people found a bunch of their language had been erased, and then they found ethnographer that had documented the language like 100 years ago, and it was in Washington, D.C. in some files, and then they discovered it, and since then they have been repatriating their language back into the culture slowly.
Yeah.
And I know some words, but I didn't do that. My connection with all that stuff is more discovering bodies in the dirt while they dig shit up. So you see a tractor, you ever drive by a construction site, every single one of those, if there's not indigenous archaeology in there, it's because it was destroyed already. Every single inch of America, every fucking centimeter of this fucking place. The reason why we don't see it is because everything's destroyed. It's insane. All the coasts.
Covered up.
Do you think the Indians just lived in fucking Palm Springs? You know what I mean?
No.
And that's what everyone thinks, dude. The Indians only live in the worst places, and that's what the government wants us to believe. You know, the Indians live on the beach, dude.
Yeah.
Every inch of the beach. If you live on the beach, you live on burial grounds. But then again, if you live next to mountains, you're gonna live on burial grounds. It's all very logical.
Well, it's all very close to the resources.
Yeah,
right?
so it's all, and then, you know, topography has changed drastically. You know, the Irvine Company came in the 20s and changed the Santa Ana River, which was a gushing river that fed all these springs and shit,
Yeah.
and had a whole ecosystem. And there was like thousands of bodies that were destroyed in the process of making it into the LA River, right? And then, and then so all that shit, the whole land was just like miles of topography distorted, you know, and so like that's every inch of California, pretty much every inch of developed California is really distorted.
Now, in your documentary, there was a portion where they were talking about when they had a pool.
Yeah, that's Huntington Beach. In Huntington Beach, there's 7 bodies under the swimming pool. It's Pacific City.
Now, is that by Irvine Company or
No,
okay?
but Irvine.
No, because they're a conglomerate. I mean, there's like they got spaces all the way from like Santa Monica all the way down.
My
to San Diego.
documentary only focuses on fucking 10 square miles.
Holy shit!
And that's the only, and so
But there was so much information of just with the 10 square
and
miles.
I only chose 4 or 5 sites because people seemed shocked, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, for God's sakes, I can do 10 more documentaries about a Carl's Jr. where there's 87 bodies for a Carl's Jr. You know, every fucking neighborhood, every fucking place, dude. It's insane. It's nonstop, and it's bodies when you're digging up roads that, you know, they'll still find like a body hanging out of the sidewall.
Yeah.
But they're not supposed to be here, and then my mom and me or whoever will come up, and then they'll continue digging, and we'll try to save whatever portion of the bodies are left after the construction workers, you know, fucking destroy it. One thing I want to say about that, I guess, is no one gives a fuck about indigenous history in America. So, you know, if anything, watch my fucking documentary just to know, you know. I mean, it's really mind blowing to me. People ask me, I'm white as fuck, and it's crazy that I'm the face somehow lately of a lot of this shit, or like I'm teaching people about indigenous. Like, how did I, you know, I guess we have to be responsible for our own history, you know, because like everything is a lie, dude. Every fucking thing we're taught is crazy. You know, I used to think that sage was a fucking stupid indigenous nonsense. Turns out sage kills 98% of airborne bacteria. 98% of airborne bacteria is killed with fucking sage. So now you're looking at these indigenous fucking healers and you think, oh, medicine man, and you go, oh no, wait, scientist? You know what I mean? These are fucking scientists, geologists. Indigenous people
didn't have a patent, or they didn't, you know, like it was been
astronomers
used for years.
Dude, they were so fucking smart. And then literally the white man came over here. What fucking Christopher Columbus came over here, enslaved and destroyed everything. It's like Palestine, dude. It's the same shit. It's like they rewrite it and then they just destroy any thought or notion of it. And then in 100 years, no one's gonna fucking know. You know, no one. That's literally what happens over and over. And then all of a sudden, you look at the rest of history of America and you look at, or the world, right? And you go, the Egyptians, and then they have people saying the aliens made that shit, and then you realize, ooh, that's just disenfranchisement for how fucking smart the Egyptians were. And the fucking people came over here, destroyed them. Then they just say, oh, that makes no sense. Must have been aliens. Same shit, dude.
I'm gonna butcher this joke, but there was a comic who had this joke. There was just like, saying that aliens did
Mexicans, the hardest working people is like saying Mexicans didn't build a wall or something like that. Is that the joke?
No. That aliens built the pyramids is just like white people saying that. Like I said, I was gonna butcher it. It was great. It was basically kind of like what you were talking about. Like how it was. It's like, you're not giving credit where credit's due.
Yeah, it's just like, and so I mean, I'm super into quantum physics and shit. I'm reading this book called The Quantum Science of Psychedelics, and it goes into Mayan, Aztec, and archaeology, and all those fucking pyramids and shit,
What's the book
all throughout the quantum science of psychedelics.
And who's it by? Or
I don't even know. I don't even know who is it by, and it's taken me like a year and a half to get through half of it so far.
damn.
But you know, because it's a lot of like, you know, fucking big words or whatever. But it's essentially talking about the imagery in Mayan Aztecan culture and how it was deciphered by who fuck ever, you know, and then given the information given to us saying these people, you know, they just like directions and they cut people's heads off and they hit them with, you know, they had these games.
Yeah.
But now quantum scientists are telling us that all this fucking imagery and all these pyramids are actually depicting the Big Bang, the start of the universe, and it's literally all quantum science relevant imagery. So like the bottom of the pyramid represents 17.8 billion years ago, which is the Big Bang, and each fucking structure of a pyramid, when these 9, there's all over, and they're all pointing in directions, and they're all actually pointing towards the divine axis. Are you familiar with that term, the divine axis? Are you guys?
It sounds familiar, but
So the divine axis is the idea that when the Big Bang happened, or the center of energy, you know, this is all Einstein shit too. So we understand that space is traveling away.
Yes.
So the idea that it started at a singular point, everyone seems to agree upon this. The idea of a divine axis is the idea that energy dispersed in one, or, you know, matter and energy dispersed in one area, and that is the divine axis, and everything is on an axis. You know, just like fucking Einstein, when you look at shit, you know, we live in a cube universe.
Yeah.
So everything's on like a fucking axis. And at that axis, at the beginning of energy, at the start, is what they're actually signaling to when they represent that, like. And so like in quantum science, there's no half directions. So that's why they call it quantum leap, right? There's 0 electrons, there's 1 electron. There's 4 fucking directions around this shit.
Yeah.
And what these 4 directions the indigenous people are saying is actually acknowledging the divine axis. And so like there's energy from the sun, there's half energy from the sun, there's no energy from the sun, and there's half energy from the sun. These are 4 different quadrants of energy. And then through the divine axis, fucking bursts out energy everywhere. And then these 4 directions dictate different outcomes. And so these indigenous people, if you ever see an indigenous person acknowledging 4 directions, they're actually acknowledging quantum science. They're acknowledging this idea that there's a divine axis, that there are 4 directions, and that 4 directions feeding the universe, that like they base their whole life around it. So all the pyramids are based around these ideas of a divine axis, and that we are quantum beings, and that we receive information from the universe. 2012 was not the end of civilization, according to this book. It was the last evolution of our ability to understand complex geometry. And so they say that we're like satellites. All the information exists all around us. Our ability to understand it is what changes.
Yeah.
And so when you look at like evolution over time, I'm sorry, I'm getting fucking
No, dude. Like I'm just like I'm just zoned in,
dude. When
like,
you look at
please
evolution,
keep going.
when you look at evolution over time, there are these big quantum leaps. There are these big leaps in evolution that happen almost simultaneously around the world. That like all of a sudden there's fire everywhere. There's agriculture. There's a big agriculture boom. You see these really big leaps in evolution, and then when you look at the imagery.
Can you make sure that air's on?
When you look at the imagery and you realize all this shit, and you realize, oh, these guys were mapping out the fucking the birth and existence through this idea. And 2012 was not the end of the universe. It was the last evolution to our ability to understand complex geometry and the birth of AI. So when you understand that, they go, oh, dude, they did predict that shit. They predicted all of it, but it wasn't predictions. It's all math. Yeah. And when you look at the pyramid, so like the head of the snake is the birth of the universe, and the waves of his body that you see all throughout the world. You see all this throughout the world, this imagery, the head of a snake and the waves. Yeah. That's the Big Bang. The head is the Big Bang, and the waves are the ripples through the universe. Okay. And then that's what they believe, and that's kind of what I believe now. And then these ripples in the universe, like just like the ocean, when you drop something in the water, it ripples, you know, just out, and then you look at a pyramid and it's the same thing, right? It's look at sound, it's the same thing. You look at light, it's the same thing. And so when you kind of put all these things together, you realize that these indigenous people, back to my original point, were much more advanced than we thought they were. Yeah. You know, Egyptians are performing are performing surgery on people's brains. There's depictions of brain surgeons. Yeah. You know, and then we're over here saying that aliens built the pyramids. You know, it's like crazy. It's like, dude, what happens is these civilizations get conquered by religion, and then religion destroys science, and then new eras reign again, and we start over. And that's what I believe the world is. It's on an infinite loop of religion destroying science. And I mean, science is not always right, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, science collectively will get us to the next level. You know, science tells us global warming's real. Science tells us all these fucking things. You know what religion tells us? None of that's real. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Religion lets pedophiles get away right now. We have a fucking Christian nationalist nation full of fucking pedophiles. You know, and we're over here saying religion's good. It's crazy.
Yeah.
This motherfucker has someone praying over him. And he eats fucking babies, dude. We all know it, dude. We all know Trump's the most disgusting diaper-wearing piece of shit
Yeah.
ever. Not any hate on people that wear diapers. So it's a fucking dick. But yeah, I don't know. And it just comes back to, it's like this disenfranchisement of anyone that's not white has seemed to be going on forever.
Yeah.
That's why when you look at history, and this is my job again, back to indigenous shit. And when you guys talk to me about this, clearly I get really juiced about it. And I'm happy that I went this direction when I could have just went in the sad direction of archaeology, because archaeology is very sad. And it's my job is to witness the destruction of indigenous history over and over. No one cares but me. And I call my boss sometimes to go, oh, okay, we'll get someone to take care of it. And I go, dude, this is 6,000 to 7,000 years old. I'm touching something that belongs to ancient people. And they go, oh, cool, get it out of here. We're building a fucking shopping mall, you know? And you're like, oh my God, no one gives a fuck, you know? So
They still build shopping malls? Holy fuck.
anything, dude.
What's your most favorite thing that you saved, or like your most favorite site that you've been able to come upon that like changed you possibly?
Well, changed me. Bolsa Chica changed me the most. It's in the documentary. It was my first job site when I was 17. I'm 38, 39 now, going to be 40. Doing archaeology for fucking over 20, I don't know how math is, almost 20 years. But so that was before I understood what was going on. I was a child. My mom thought it was important that I learned this shit. She brought me onto this highly fucking disclosed site, which they had non-disclosure agreements. They had 3 tribes, or 2 tribes, I think, the Wanyeños and the Gabrieleños. I was with my mom, the Wanyeños, and then this other dude, Sam, was with the Gabrieleños. And they had non-disclosure agreements because there was so much indigenous history. It was completely intact.
Close to like El Monte?
It's right down the street. Or it's not. I mean, Bolsa Chica is right next to Huntington Beach and Seal
okay.
Beach.
No, because I thought the Gabrielinos was close to.
Gabrielinos is LA County,
Yeah.
and then Wanyeños is like Orange County. All that shit's ridiculous. All that shit is created again by the white man. Okay, I love saying this. I'm white as fuck. Again, it's created by the oppressor, and what they do is they separate groups. We see it all over, right? So the indigenous.
You're saying you're white as fuck. So like, are you white or?
It's all perception. It's all I'm treated white, so that's
okay. All right.
you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay, thank you.
none of that
That's
shit's real. You know what I mean? I'm a person, dude. We're
Yes.
all, you know.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Race is something that's been made up.
It's all made up, dude.
Race and cultures, like
It just separates us.
yeah,
Dude, it's insane. Yeah, it's created to make us think we're different.
Yeah.
And it's like when you think people are human beings, then you go, oh my God, we got to help them. But you
Yes.
think they're a different culture than me. They're not humans, they're that. It's crazy, dude. It's the same shit with indigenous culture. So like Gabrieleños are over here, Wanyeños are over here. That was designed by the government. The government designed it that way. So the government shows we're going to give power to just these people.
Yeah.
We're going to really fuck on these people. Then we're going to go to these people and say, those guys that have power, we wanted to give you power, but those guys said, mm-mm. And then we're going to start them fighting. And then when they're fighting, they're not going to even notice that we're killing everyone. And that's what they do, dude. And so indigenous culture, when you said that shit with the Gabrielinos, Wanyeños, that's the same. That's what I think. All the Indians, dude, they all hate each other. And that's,
Job opening.
yeah, and it's fucking by design, dude. It's crazy. If you're a marginalized community and you hate other marginalized communities, you need to look at yourself and realize that they're winning. Because, you know, like, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy out there. Did that answer? Oh, but yeah, Bolsa Chica, yeah, that one changed my life forever because I didn't realize, you know, well, at the time I didn't even care. I wanted to just go skate, you know? I saw all these bodies getting pulled out of the ground. I saw, a couple hundred bodies get pulled out of the ground, full graves. So we're talking like, well, I don't forget how old. So carbon dating is the only way you can tell how old things are. Carbon's everywhere. That's what global warming is. Carbon's everywhere. Carbon has a half-life. That's why you can decipher information from it, because carbon decays. So you can see how much carbon has decayed. Then you can decipher how old that carbon is.
Yeah.
And you replace the carbon with whatever's next to you. That's carbon dating. So that's how that shit works. So yeah, they were old as fuck, and I was seeing there was animal burials next to human burials. There was dog burials with like full garments and like burial goods. There was children's burials. There was a whole intact village site that I saw completely erased. And then I saw them say non-disclosure agreements. Don't tell anyone. Then I saw one dude tell his tribe, the Gabrielinos. Then I saw him get fired and like go to jail or some shit, because he ended up mailing bullets to the developers with the message on the bullet saying,
"Oh yeah."
Remember my answer? It's at the end of the documentary. And so like to me, later in my life,
that was actually pretty badass.
yeah, Sam's fucking badass, dude. Sam is crazy. You know, he fought for America. He went over in Beirut and fucking
building.
Yeah, dude. And then he built a building. Yeah, he built a building.
Because we were like trying to get through it, but we were trying to. We're like, whoa, hold on. What did he just say?
Yeah, Sam's a homie, dude. One time
Wow.
Sam gave me $100 because he wanted to take me to get hookers in Tijuana. We never went down there, but he gave me $100, and that was before I knew him in the documentary and shit. Yeah, and I ended up getting my passport with that $100. So I thank him for it. We never went down to Mexico though.
Not yet.
No, and also I can't get hookers, dude. My dick won't work.
Oh.
Like my dick doesn't work with money. Like if you don't like me, that dick knows it.
Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, we were kind of like touching a little bit base earlier on that.
Yeah.
With certain types of situations. Yeah, I mean, I recently found out that I'm, I guess, well, the sessions.
Demisexual.
Yeah, demisexual, which is I have to have an emotional attachment to be with anybody, or.
What if it means you just love Demi more? I'm demisexual, dude. I'm only demisexual.
No, I don't know. It's difficult because like I tried, to have fun, be with like maybe everybody has like a hoe phase, and I was like, nope, can't fucking have her.
Dude,
yeah,
you're not a hoe, man.
I'm not.
Fucking stop trying, dude.
Yeah, I did. I was just like, I'm only.
I see you with your slutty outfits, sitting in the corner.
In the corner.
That's not true. He doesn't have slutty outfits.
Yeah. I think this is
You've
the
never
sluttiest.
seen him in a white beater.
I gave that to you. What the hell?
What a racist name, white beaters.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that we still call them white beaters?
I still call them white beaters, but like people would try to correct me. I'm like, look, this is what I grew up like learning. I'm sorry, like, and I don't have any negative connotations toward it. I don't. Like,
That's problematic, but for sure. Because I mean, I grew up with a lot of fucking shit that was horrible. You know what I mean? You gotta, but for sure, that's all good. No, and it's a silly hook. There's a lot of problems going on. If I'm making a fuss about, a word, most people don't think about that kind of shit, though. I think about words all the time. That's all I do is think about words and just where they come from and how the fuck we got where we are and why we think the way we do and how tricked we are. Isn't it crazy that we all think rich people are cool? How the fuck did that happen, dude? Fuck the rich people, man.
I don't think they're cool. It's just like I think it's cool to live indoors.
Well, dude.
Like, I was living out of my truck for a while, dude.
Yeah,
I
that is
stayed
cool.
up in the mountains because like I was going through like a lawsuit thing with my ex landlord, dude. How tall are you?
5'9".
Okay, put your hand like this. You're touching the ceiling of my old fucking unit that I used to live in. Yeah. Like that's how much this place shouldn't have been.
No,
like.
yeah, I mean, I think this is so funny that you brought that up.
Cool.
So you brought up being rich versus being fucking homeless. Isn't it crazy how they've trained our brains to think that is
That's my
acceptable?
standard? Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. No, I think it's like that is unacceptable. The bar that we've purposely put on ourselves is insane. Like that bar is insane.
We're consistently lying to ourselves because
Yeah.
like I did the same thing. I was just like, oh no, the whole world is my front yard now. Like I would camp
That's
out.
cool. I like that.
I was
It
trying
is.
to be positive, dude. Like I definitely wanted to, but I would like park out by like Malibu and just like wake up next to the surf, go out to the mountains, like next to like a waterfall or something. Like
You're describing a pretty nice fucking situation. I mean, I'm sure you're bummed.
I was depressed, but I was
Yeah.
very making the best out of a horrible situation.
Yeah.
Like
In a horrible situation, that's interesting too, right? Everything's perspective. It's like, It's like you're next to the beach, you're at some fucking waterfalls, and you look on TV and these fucking little girls are getting blown up and shit, and you're like, God damn, you know, what the fuck? Life is an illusion. Life is a fucking illusion, dude. We're just energy. Do you think you are you? Like, do you think Tox is real? Like, do you think your body and you are real?
I don't think so. Not anymore.
Cool.
After talking to you.
Well, I mean, like
not only like this, like
how crazy would it
episode,
be?
but even before we were talking, like where it was just like, hey, what's up? Thanks for being here. And then we just kept going on and on. And I was like, holy shit,
Dude,
I haven't experienced anything. I'm like, wow.
Well, how crazy would it be if you were
I
real,
would
dude?
love to get high with you and just talk for like hours, and like please guide me through this fucking mushroom.
Think
trip.
about it like this. It's like you are just your experiences. You are not, and that's not you. Your body is your experiences. If I die, Todd, that would be so fucked up if Todd survived. You know, Todd is not real. Todd is a list of experiences that happened to me. Todd likes metal music because my brother used to beat the shit out of me, and he likes rap music. I didn't choose that shit. Do you think he made any choices? No, we're presented with choices, and it's an illusion that we decide that we choose any of them. Like literally, we are experiences, and so it's so funny when people say like, "Can you imagine if ghosts were real and they're just baby ghosts?" Like that'd be so fucked up. Jesus Christ.
That'd be horrible, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be so fucking crazy, dude. Baby ghosts everywhere. They're not real people. Like it's not. You don't have anything happen to you yet.
Developed. You hardly have any experience.
Because if you are just a list of experiences and if nothing ever happened to you, then there's nothing, you're just a blank page. You know what I mean? So it's so crazy to me. I don't know. It's like people think we're real. I don't believe we're real at all.
Did you know that after we pass, the body like loses a certain amount of weight?
For sure.
And like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, do you think
speculated that it's the
if
soul?
your hand was gone, you'd still be you? You know what I mean? In your sleep, you're you. Your body's not even there in your
I mean,
sleep.
I lost the majority of this and I'm still me.
You're still you. Yeah, you think your vision's you, dude? None of this shit's real. All this stuff that I think is real, it's like none of that's me.
Yeah.
Todd is not real. Like it's so crazy, Todd. What a crazy concept, Todd. That would be so shitty if Todd was just forever.
I like how you're separating yourself from you.
Yeah, because I mean,
I don't mean it as an insult.
This
whatsoever.
is us.
It's just it's
this is a
everyone would,
spaceship
look
I'm
at
in, dude. I'm in a spaceship. I'm light. I'm like energy, and then I have this illusion that Todd's
We
real.
didn't take any mushrooms before starting with it.
I think,
I know you just walked in on some of this, but it was
for sure.
just
Sorry, I know.
such a great
I get
conversation
juiced on
earlier
talking
and
about
then
this
now.
shit.
Are
Yeah.
you just on X? This is an interesting concept.
I haven't had anything besides water and an energy drink.
Dude, think about it, dude.
What'd you
You
say?
are just your experiences.
One more time?
What'd you say?
Oh no, it's because I'm from my experiences from the mushrooms, I've acknowledged my existence, and pushing forward, I am aggressively coming at life. I'm no longer letting life come at me. I am now the aggressor. I will no longer.
Well, you say aggressor. That's pretty intense.
I will.
Because life's been kicking your ass?
I will no longer be letting life pass me by, because I've just been on autopilot. I've been on survival mode for the longest time.
Yeah.
And I refuse to quietly go into the dark. I know what my role in this life is. My role in this life is to be a storyteller. That uncle in the corner of the party, right there chilling, smoking, and everybody's invited to gather around and listen to these stories. That's my purpose in life. Make people feel good. That is my drive. That is my driving passion.
So you think we have a purpose, and you think yours is so what I think is interesting is that people like conceptualize life through our minimal lens and think that's everything. You know what I mean? Like our ability to understand this universe is so minimal. When you look at dogs, you know, we separate ourselves from everything, right? We look at dogs, we say, oh, those are lesser than beings. Dogs have 100 times better smells than we do, man. They live in a different fucking universe than we do. Octopuses have fucking 3 brains and 4 hearts, and they can change the color of their skin. We create movies around them, dude. We create movies. X-Men, that's just animals. We literally create fantasy based around real life shit on this earth, like fucking, and we're over here saying that,
talk about it like it's alien.
and then our perception of reality we think is like everything, and then when you look around you and you go, oh, my perception is so minimal, everything else perceives the universe so vastly different, and it's almost ignorant, if not a fucking fallacy, to sit here and act like we're special and that we understand everything. You know, and in understanding that you don't understand everything, it's liberating, and then you can explore, and then you can think about yourself objectively. logically, instead of saying, oh, there's someone in charge and they got it all figured out, and now I'm a fucking sheep and I don't do anything because they told me, God told me that I'm here for a reason. Now I can just sit here. You know what I mean? That's a fucking slave, dude. I think that we're, you know, like
It's like just being comfortable with, well, this is what God
being
provides.
comfortable.
Yeah.
That's something you shouldn't be.
Nah.
Fuck comfortability, man.
For the longest time, I just kept thinking, like, I mean, most religions have like somewhat of a blueprint, but all it is every human yelling at each other. My invisible man is better than your invisible man.
Totally, dude. And can I say one other thing, dude? Fuck AI, dude. Fuck AI. If you're using AI to make your fucking flyer, dude, clip this shit because I want to repost it. If you're using AI and you put me on there, I'm not gonna fucking share it, dude. I don't care if you're paying me, dude. Make your fucking flyer or don't fucking put me on there. Like, I'm down to be on your show, but like, fuck AI, dude. If you can't spell, fucking learn how to spell, dude. If you can't write a paragraph, go to fucking school. This idea that AI is like, it's just plagiarism. How are we accepting this, dude?
Yeah.
We used to say plagiarizing was a bad thing. We used to say, dude, do your own work. And now somehow sociologically we say, it's not, we don't want to do work anymore. We want other people to think for us.
Yeah.
Dude, AI is like a fucking final nail in the coffin of individuality. You know how I know Elon's a Nazi? Not because he waved his hand like a Nazi or anything. Not because he fucking went to
obvious.
Germany right after and said like, I'm a Nazi. Because how ugly those fucking cars are, dude. Those cars are so fucking ugly, dude. Only Cybertrucks. Only a Nazi can make that ugly of a car, dude. It's the
It reminds
ugliest.
me of like the raspado, you know, like the old thing that where they, yeah,
Dude, yeah, man.
know what that thing is?
It's the absence of style.
Yeah.
So what they want from you is conformity. And that fucking car, when I saw it, I'm like, this Legos, dude? Like, there's no.
Nah, you can't insult Legos like that, dude.
You're right. Yeah.
Legos
You're right. Yeah.
are
My bad.
beautiful.
Take that out. All right.
Don't
Cut
insult
that. Cut
Legos
that
like
shit.
that.
No. Keep the Legos in.
I'm very fond of the Cybertruck because I'm a short person, and because of
I hate you right now, Kenny.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I flick you off.
Let him
If you're in a
finish.
cyber car, I flick you off every fucking time. I don't care if it's a lady. I don't even know who's in there. And the windows are always fucking tinted black. You know how I know you're an asshole? You have tinted black windows, dude. I fucking hate that shit.
I have tinted windows.
Oh, well, you can't. Well, I mean,
It's
you shouldn't be
also-
driving, dude.
it's a-
Okay, yeah.
I don't. Kenny drives me around everywhere.
Oh, cool.
It's a weird cuck situation.
Yeah.
He drives my truck, and I'm like, I could fuck her better than you. What the hell was I saying?
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite people is Tashi, and every single time over at the Sweet Mike, shout out. Every time there's like a Tesla or any kind of cyber or whatever passing by, she just always starts flipping them off and yelling just the most obscene stuff.
Dude,
She always was like, I had to put a little black into it.
you have to know what you're supporting,
She's
dude.
the best. I fucking love that.
That's it.
I'm just fond of the interior design. I like the interior design. I like that it's a lifted car, and
My truck's lifted.
I fucking love your car. I fucking love your car. I'm a
But
short person.
it's all about intention, dude. It's all about where the fucking thing comes from and if we're okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this complacency mindset. You know, I'm sick of this shit where they're like, don't say what you think. If you're a celebrity, you shouldn't be political. Fuck that. Where are the fucking brave people, dude? Fuck these fucking pussies. And fuck that car. And yeah, honestly, my logic behind it is almost nonsensical because I just hate him so much that it's just like, I don't even need a reason. But I just hate that car and I hate Elon.
There was a guy that started a channel about if I could find it or whatever, like on the editing thing, I'll put it in the comments or whatever. But this guy started a what's it called when people sign
Petition.
a petition to do like life sentences for anybody that is a pedophile, and he's been like posting it online. And the only way he gets people to sign his petition is him and his buddies stand outside with cameras everywhere, and the first people that come to him and say, "Why are you recording?" are anybody who's like a Tesla driver. And it's like, dude, your car has like 7, 8, 9 cameras, and you're feeding information to the machine. And why is it that me and my buddy are standing here with just regular phone cameras? That's disturbing your peace.
Yeah, it's nonsensical for sure. I don't think sense people and sense, no one gives a shit. That's why they got rid of change.
Yeah.
That's why it's just dollars now. They don't want to make sense of anything, dude.
Nice. Can we give it up to the guy? Can we fucking give it up to him? Look at that.
Dude, for real though. I mean, think about it. Everything they do, the conformity, dude, the lack of individuals, dude. They're taking away. It's fuck this shit, dude. I don't know, and fuck these people that aren't outspoken. You know, I also want to say, because I mean, I don't know if anyone's gonna I don't know how popular your shit is, but I'm very excited.
I'm just starting.
The idea of other comedians is, dude. Fuck Joe Rogan. Jesus Christ, dude. Fuck those white people, dude. Fuck Joe Rogan. Fuck Theo. I hate when someone asks me, why don't you like Theo? And I have to explain to them that, like, oh, I don't really like racist people, you know? Like, dude, it's like you're joking until you go on TV and you call Puerto Ricans trash at Trump's inauguration. It's no longer a joke, dude. It's how you feel. You know what I mean? These people think that they can make jokes about shit and say it's a joke and then vote the way they do. Dude, man, it drives me crazy, dude. Fuck all those fucking podcasters, dude. Fuck, Anthony Schultz is changing his tune. That's fine, you know. But I mean, fucking Joe Rogan's the biggest piece of shit. I almost hate Joe Rogan more than I hate Trump because I knew Trump was a horrible guy. Yeah. But Joe Rogan fucking switched it on us and gave Trump to everybody. Yeah. Do you guys think Joe Rogan is the reason why Trump won? I think, dude, like he was almost directly, dude. Almost directly. Fucking 12 million men voted for Trump because fucking Joe Rogan said that. And now he's like barely saying, dude, you know, in Iran, if a 12-year-old girl, you guys heard this before, saw me, the 12-year-old girl gets raped by her dad and then she tries to have an abortion, she'll go to prison forever. And the dad will have no consequences. That's not Iran. That's fucking Texas. Yeah. Yeah, you've heard that before. Yeah. And that's Texas, dude. Where the fuck is fucking Joe Rogan, dude?
Oh, wait, no. Hit me again with that?
It's one of your bits, no?
No. There's not a bit.
Who the fuck said that?
This is just it's a fact. No, it's just Instagram
okay,
shit.
Yeah, then it's Instagram
dude,
shit. I
so
heard that before and I was just like, wow.
Literally, our rights are being ripped away from us in every fucking corner. In Texas, if your father rapes if a father rapes his daughter and she wants to get an abortion, she could go to prison forever. And he has zero consequences because there's zero consequences for that for the man. Dude, they are literally jailing women that have abortion problems or that have miscarriages. If you have a miscarriage, you're going to fucking prison for murder. Dude, there's a war on women right now, dude. And it's crazy that people that like, even you, like, I'm so happy that you're listening because how the fuck do you not know? How doesn't everyone, dude, it blows my mind that people tune out. Like, and I get it. It's all part of his program. He overwhelms. And then so we don't know. But literally, dude, like that fucking Handmaid's Tale shit, that's all fucking happening. Yeah. I read a fucking thing where they're trying to make, dude, like the Department of Education's gone. He moved the Department of Education to the Department of Labor. Yeah. So now pre-K through it's 0 through 12 or whatever, for 8th is going to be in the Department of Labor. Can you fucking, you know who's running that shit? Linda McMahon. You know what she's famous for? Getting fucking stone cold stunner, dude. All those dudes. And you know her husband, fucking convicted sex offender, just watched his documentary. He's the guy that created Donald Trump. Yeah. Dude, watching, when you realize Idiocracy came true, when you saw Triple H on the stairs of the White House spraying water out of his mouth, and you saw in the movie Idiocracy, Terry Crews doing the same thing, and then you look up and you go, oh my God, dude, it's happening. And then people are still being like, what's happening to, you know, like women? Dude, if you're not paying attention right now, dude, like it's so scary because all these people are not paying attention. And every day something goes down and they're just twiddling their thumbs. Yeah. And dude, we're all gonna the world is gonna, I don't want to be a fucking disaster person, but like, dude, you know, this is supposed to be the hottest again. This is the hottest fucking 4 or 5 days ever. You know what was the hottest ever? Last year. You know what was the hottest ever? The year before. My wife said some shit. She's like, before I convinced her this shit was real, thank God she changed her mind because it was so hard. That like, she's like, the weather, they're lying to us about the weather because it can't just always be this. And then I had to explain to her about carbon, you know, and then I goes, oh, okay, finally you fucking get it, dude. Carbon. Do you guys understand how carbon in the air affects heat?
Well, it retains.
So do you understand why global warming is happening? Like, do you understand what global warming is?
I believe I do, but I don't have.
Just say no.
I'll give you a real. No, dude.
Because he said
let me give you a real quick rundown.
You mentioned carbon. Oh, also, we're coming up on 39 minutes.
Okay,
but you mentioned the carbon.
Cool.
Carbon's gonna maintain.
Trying to keep it over 45.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, well, so carbon's a basic building block of life. Carbon's a very sticky thing. Everything's built with carbon. Carbon is a molecule that sticks other molecules. And so when there's more carbon in the air, that stickiness in carbon holds on to energy from the sun. So these molecules in the air get energy from the sun that gets stuck in their fucking little fucking sticky parts. And because there's more heat in the particles in the air, that starts to heat up the polar ice caps. So the polar ice caps reflect 75% of the sun. So all that white, the sun would beam right back out. But because there's more carbon in the air, all the fucking polar ice caps have melted. And now there's more carbon because all the sun that was getting beamed off, now it's getting more. And the trees eat carbon and give oxygen. So because we're destroying the trees and all the white snow is gone, now the carbon's even more and more and more. So now we have tons of carbon in the air that holds on to heat. So literally when you feel heat outside, you need to realize you're feeling physical particles that hold heat from the air, from carbon, comes out of your gas. You put gas in the thing and it comes out, the heat comes in, those get stuck in the carbon. So that's what's happening. And so now as the world is heating, so everything is waves, like we said earlier. And so the air is all just molecules away from the ocean. We have air patterns, hot and cold. Hot and cold dictate the weather, right? So like when there's changes of the weather, air patterns move faster. Same with the ocean, right? The currents are dictated by hot and cold. So when there's hot and cold changes, the weather pattern gets crazier. Because we're creating these hot and cold pattern changes, now the earth is losing its stability. Okay, billions of years of stability that we've got from evolution now is gone in 100 years because of our footprint. That's what's happening with carbon. So that's the basic idea of what's happening. So the more carbon we spill in the atmosphere, the farther away the polar ice caps get, the less wood we have. So and it could all be stopped. We could fucking stop doing it. The biggest fucking lie, one of the biggest lies, is that we need oil. Dude, it's crazy these motherfuckers think we need oil. There's infinity things. Infinite energy from the sun, infinite energy from the ocean, infinite energy from the fucking wind. Infinite. There's infinite free energy everywhere. I saw on Shark Tank 4 years ago an air pressured car that Mr. fucking Wonderful bought, never to see the light of day. Fucking 300 miles on a pressured air container. It's so we're sitting over here. There's no money in it, dude. It's the same reason why we don't study fucking psilocybin. We're just doing it now because there's no money in fungus. Fungus can change the fucking world. Dude, and we stopped studying it because it's free. And that's pharmaceutical companies don't like things that you can just grow. So they're not going to study that shit. They like to be able to charge you shit. So again, it's all fucking, dude, it's crazy. We're in a fucking hamster wheel and everything we taught is wrong, dude. Every single thing. Your car is fucking destroying. Everything you eat is fucking poison. Did you know that our foods, dude, McDonald's French fries, did you guys know in Europe, there's 4 ingredients in McDonald's French fries. In fucking America, there's 19 or some shit. 19.
In a fry?
Yeah, and there's preservatives. There's chemicals that other countries have banned. Multiple, because it causes birth defects, cancer, everything we have. And so we're over here eating McDonald's. I saw a commercial for McDonald's today. Do you know there's 2% human DNA in McDonald's meat? You guys, who's getting McDonald's after this? Have you ever seen a chicken nugget? Have you ever seen one before they make it into chicken nuggets? It's white powder. You're eating fucking shit, dude.
Isn't it supposed to be like a pink
slime, dude? It's insane, dude. It's so fucking disgusting. And we
fucking kill some billionaires, dude.
I know, man. Jesus Christ, dude.
Dude, watch this documentary. It's insane.
Yes, please.
So good.
On the backs of our ancestors on YouTube.
Killed one person today. We
And think about how quick they'd be gone, dude. We could all kill all the billionaires and change the world in like a week. In a week, if we killed fucking 200 people, in a week, the whole world might change.
Especially good-looking people. If you do it, there's going to be less consequences for you guys.
That's true. Well, no, I also think
if I do it, like you guys.
That's a joke, but it's true.
No, it is.
That's why I think white men right now have to be the loudest. I think white men, it's our responsibility to be the loudest about all this injustice. Because, dude, fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone's
white women are getting shot in the face too. So it's like, oh shit, you can't do that.
Yeah, fuck ICE, fuck all this shit, fuck America, fuck Donald Trump, fuck whatever. But I love people.
Yeah.
And yeah, I said a lot of shit, dude. Let's get someone else. I've been fucking rambling.
But yeah,
we're not real.
We have 1 minute left, gentlemen.
if you could share anything else besides this entire fucking knowledge
Thank you
dropped on us.
guys for whatever. And if we were just talking outside, this is what I talk to my friends at work if they'll listen to me. Most people are like, you can gauge how much people want to fucking talk about quantum physics and shit. I nerd out so hard, dude. Take some mushrooms and go look at the ocean, dude, and then infinity, dude, and you go, oh my god, okay, that's we're just a part of that, dude. We're all part of this infinite wave, and we're literally infinite beings, dude. And when we die, we're gonna get recycled back into the universe, and that's what's crazy. The indigenous people were right, man, when they said, looking back again, because they said, if you remove me from the ground, it disturbs our future. It disturbs us from what we're supposed to be. And realizing it from a quantum from now, and you go, dude, because they want to be back a part of where they came from. And so when you think about it like that, you're like, that's so sensical. And like, that's why there's no coffins and shit, dude, because we dissolve back into the earth. It's like one of my biggest fears is to be put in a coffin. Like, when I die, dude, throw me in the fucking dirt, dude. Throw me under a tree in the dirt. Ocean's cool. And for some reason, I'm afraid of the ocean when I'm dead. Like, I'm dead, I'm still afraid of it. So like, I would like to be buried. I want to get eaten by worms. So vast. Yeah.
I've also heard that like the coffins were designed to cut us off from our spiritual path.
Maybe. Yeah.
Like, I'll look it up, but
What's your thoughts on cremation then?
Well, again,
don't do it while you're alive.
Well, part of it, don't do it while you're alive.
Aren't you like still alive for a few days? Like your brain's still fucking functioning after you die?
I wonder,
You can
man.
like perceive, because like people have flatlined, but they have like memories of the room they died in that they go back.
Do you guys know that the majority of your brain is what the fuck is it? Like they told us not to eat so much red meat or whatever because it's what is it called?
the carcinogens in
No. I'm still a little hungover.
What were you just saying?
Whatever. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that your brain, like after you die, you have like an hour or two of brain activity and like even possibly like some level
Days.
of perception.
Well, yeah. I mean, our brains. So like, I was talking about this shit earlier. I think our brains are like just like satellites,
Yeah.
and then like we kind of exist outside of ourselves, like it's an illusion that we think we're inside of ourselves. I just think we're energy, and I think our brains are like the receiver, similar to like a computer box, right? So like if it's turned off, it's still there, but when the electricity is what makes it run, you know what I mean? So we're just like these machines, and like really the electricity is alive, you know what I mean? We're like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. And so when we die, our body's still running. Yeah, I think it's because we leave, dude. But we're not us. We're just experiencing. This is just an experience. This is Todd's experience. And the crazy fucking thing is that we can change anything. Life is so fucking magical. Like, I can be a piece of shit and do nothing, or I can go outside right now and meet someone that can change my fucking life.
Yeah.
Literally infinite possibilities. And we are the only ones that stop our own realities. And you said you want to go take lives by the horns or some shit. I say just like instead of letting the current take you, swim the other way. That's how I look at it. I go, oh, see the current, we're all in a current. And that's just life, whatever, and we can choose to swim away from the current, and that's really where everything happens. You know what I mean? It's like that plankton in that movie, right? What is it? Remember, there's like a giant swarm of plankton, and one of them's like, "Dude, I want to go the other way."
Yes.
And they're like, "What?"
Yes.
No, we go this way. And he's like, "Nah, dude, there's probably some outside the plankton." And that's how I think, that's the most
huge. It was a huge krill. It's an animated. I forget what movie it is too, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Look, you're supposed to look shit up.
I
It's okay because it's not that important. I think it's Nemo maybe or something. Maybe I
No,
don't
it
know.
was maybe.
Should we get one of these other people up here now?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys.
Thank
Give it
you.
up for Todd.
Thank you guys for
please
listening.
check out his documentary. You can find it on YouTube, and please say it so that I don't mess it up.
On the Backs of Our Ancestors on
Backs of Our
YouTube. Look that shit up. It's about just under an hour. It's about 5 particularly horrid Native American burial sites that were destroyed in and around Orange County.
Shout out football fields.
Yeah, 100 bodies under a football field. All right, thank you guys.
Have a good night. Thank you.